to give you false.
I figured it would be fine for this one because this one is so dumb shit obvious.
Oh, the first.
Yeah, the first trial in general. This one's so dumb shit obvious that, like, if you don't get it, I'm a little sorry for you. Again, remember, I fucking laughed. Alright, we're good. It's live. And don't even look that. Just wave goodbye. Alright. There are some things you don't know about, right?
Yeah.
Like, you gotta figure out, how do you get in the room in the first place?
Mm-hmm.
Did she open the door? Did he break it down? Do you want to open your e-handbook and look at the shit real quick, or? Yeah. This is just saying they found her body in Makoto's bathroom. Fight scene, weapon, but not the killing weapon.
A few things I'm wondering is, like, can they ask Monokuma stuff?
Nope.
Because he can't. Yeah, he
has
knows
to be
everything.
impartial.
Yeah.
And he will.
Will he call people out if they lie?
No. Their whole point is that they have to lie to win. He only interferes when something that will help with the conclusion. Like, sometimes the time of death will be omitted because if you knew the time of death, you know who did it. So sometimes there's shit like that. So in the trial, you'd have to determine the time of death based on factors.
Mm.
Yep, they switched keys. I can sum these up for you. Toolbox. Makoto's was not used.
Mm-hmm.
But what's wrong with that?
Someone else could have just brought theirs.
Not a single hair was found on the floor. Makoto's not a clean freak, so if someone else cleaned up, that's not much. She has gold coating on her, and her, what does it say? Her wrist is fractured?
Yeah, one wrist was fractured, the other's finger was broken, or bleeding, which is how she wrote Leon on the wall.
She might have done that to herself.
Yeah.
Numbers had been written in blood in Makoto's bathroom while 11037. You know, I know something funny is these numbers. I'm not going to tell you when these numbers come back in a later game. Difficult to open due to it not quite fitting in the door frame properly. The only two people who knew the trick to opening it were Makoto, the room's owner, and Sayaka, the victim. Makoto's bathroom doorknob had been broken. The screws holding it in place had all been partially or completely removed. So yeah, somebody must have brought their toolbox to take it apart. The nameplate on the doors where Sayaka and Makoto's rooms were apparently switched at some point. The kitchen and the dining hall has a set of kitchen knives. Apparently one of the knives had gone missing. The knife from the kitchen, it was her. It was in the dining hall. Alex first, Makoto did not come into the dining hall at any point while she was there. The trash room of the school is blocked out by a straight gate that can be opened with the trash room key. The incinerator can be activated via a switch on the machine. Hifumi was on cleaning duty, and he claims that the last time he saw the incinerator was off. However, when Makoto checked after the incident, the incinerator was in fact on. Distance from the gate to the incinerator is roughly 30 feet. A piece of burnt clothing? Whatever. Skip it. It's just, yeah. And then, you know, that was Yasuhiro's crystal ball.
Is that all I really need to look at?
Yeah.
Do
you have any... You have Sayaka's skills, so find it real quick. Oh, you have... Oh, you also have vocabulary. Increases damage to the opponent when a statement is destroyed. Effective during a bullet time battle. Equip that. And then increases bullet capacity. Effective during the bullet time battle. Do that.
I don't know. I think that's all I have.
Yeah. You'll be lucky to get another one. Sorry.
They just seem to be perks. Like, you can probably get through without them.
Yeah. Alright. To put in perspective, for almost the entirety of Danganronpa 2, I did everything without him.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only
I think I've figured it out.
But if you pick it wrong, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate.
And the killer really is one of us, right?
See what they did for her picture?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, everyone close your eyes. Whoever did it, raise your
What?
hand.
This vibrating
Yeah, that
picture.
happens a lot.
Don't be a goddamn
You
idiot.
realize it's...
Why the hell would they raise their hand?
Before we move on and start the trial, can I ask a question?
Are they all voice acted?
Yep.
For the whole trial?
Yep.
That's cool. Probably sounds like shit on the PSP. But it was also in Japanese only, so it doesn't really matter.
I feel
Goodbye, fan favorite character.
because they die. Friendship penetrates even death's barrier. Friendship penetrates?
Yeah.
Okay, but what about that other NPC? There were only 15 of us to begin with, so why are there 16 seats?
There's supposed to be another student, and they just never showed up.
Oh, no,
It was me.
It's just that our little courtroom here can technically fit up to 16 people. Okay. That about
And in the next game, how many people are there? 16, so...
Get started. First up is the case summary. Now, let the class trial begin.
It's almost as if they wanted an even number, and that's why they just killed off Junko randomly.
Yeah.
So they could have added 2 more characters, but they probably just didn't have time or something, so they just did it that way. Like, I just didn't think it would be Leon until we got the evidence, because, like, it kind of seems typical for it to just be the punk kid, like, either Leon or the other guy with, like, the pompadour. Like, I feel like it would have been too easy to be one of them, and then it ended up being one of them.
Again, this was supposed to be a baby one.
Mm-hmm.
It's like baby's first trial. Okay, so I don't know if you want to. The explanations in this game are really fucking horrible. Like, they try to make it as clear as possible, but I got so confused. So the only way I learned was by doing it after and like not understanding it. So if you want to listen to what they have to say, you can, but I will try to explain it to you as best I can if you don't want to see it.
I'll try it.
There's supposed to be a song playing. Oh, there is one playing.
It has had a drop.
So, that's hard to understand, right?
Mhm.
Fire what?
It's quick time.
So,
Truth
as they're
bullets.
talking, you'll see orange words pop up, and you have to aim your reticle on the words, and then hit triangle.
It's like a typing game. If you fail that, can you just retry that part?
Oh, when you fail anything, you're just back where you left off.
Okay, good.
And it takes a lot to fail, but don't worry, I failed every class trial on Danganronpa 2 at least once, so... Danganronpa 2 was a lot harder than this game. And now here, it's gonna be probably just one truth bullet. Yeah. Wait till you get like 12 or 13 at a time.
I assert that the one who was murdered was Miss Science.
False!
False! What?
Stop with the stupid buttons! Put the remote away!
It's gone. I don't know what you're talking about. They won't see it on the stream. I went to turn it up and I
nothing
hit
actually
the
happened.
minus cross list button.
There's Makoto's in
Most
there.
likely that the killer must have taken her by surprise while she was in the bathroom.
Should I, like, be firing it?
Chance to resist.
She didn't even have a chance to resist. Is that wrong? Did she have a chance to resist? Seeing as there was evidence of a struggle? Oh.
But, yeah, it probably wouldn't even let me yet. Okay.
Yeah, it'll keep going over and over.
So
until
you can
find it.
only shoot the ones that are in different colors?
Correct.
Okay.
I'm not sure if it's in this game, but wait till you get to the parts where you have to take part of someone else's argument, restart go back to the beginning of the talking, and then use it against another phrase someone else is saying. Like, it gets, like, that kind of mental, like, hard shit in the second game. Oh, they actually tell you that. You can
So
slow
it's
down
gonna
with the
start
square
over.
button.
Assert that the one who was murdered
In the bathroom. So it seems most likely that the killer must have taken her by surprise while she was in the bathroom.
Nope.
You have to hit the word itself.
Chance to
Yeah.
resist.
Break.
Just a second, Chihiro. Try to remember how my room
I love his voice.
Yeah, Bryce isn't bad unless you're talking about sword art.
I think we can definitely
I love them in
use
Durara.
struggle.
It's gonna be a lot of obvious stuff. If that bothers you, you're probably gonna be like Evoraptor and not like the game a lot.
And who?
That's not saying there should be a hard mode where
A
like
struggle
they don't
between
say
who
anything.
and who. The killer and fucking Sayaka,
It
dude.
seems a little stupid, so I don't think she's ever gonna. She might get murdered. I feel like she's gonna get murdered, and it'll just be someone. The stupidest other character is gonna walk in. Hey, I'm gonna kill you now. Okay. It's like, the killer just comes.
Hifumi sits on her by accident.
I admit.
Hifumi, the first guy you're trying to aggro, sits on her by accident and kills her.
It feels
I
so
can't believe you fucking went for Hifumi first, you fucking asshole.
And it'll piss everyone off. I wonder if manslaughter will ever get introduced into this game.
What?
Like, they didn't mean to kill someone. And or they just admit to it before the trial even begins. Then what can even happen?
So you're saying
The second game, they have people falsely admit to it to get everyone killed.
Yeah.
she must have been attacked in the main room first. Then she ran to the bathroom to try and hide. The killer
What
found
else?
her in, and that's where they finished the job.
That much should have been obvious after taking one look at the scene.
I feel like Miyaga's gonna last till the end of the game, just because he's smart. Same with Chihiro and the other girl.
Chihiro's gonna last, and Kyoko, you mean?
Yeah. Just because they're the three smartest ones, it seems. Unless
And
they
the
get
bravest.
targeted. Yeah.
Like, they
The,
can...
the least emotional.
Yeah.
So they'll just last the longest in trials and stuff.
Who do you think is dead meat off the start? Sakura! I'm kidding.
I do feel like Chihiro is, just because she's too, vulnerable. And, whatever the author girl's name is.
Author? Oh, Toko?
Yeah, just because she's a little crazy, and maybe not that she might kill someone, but let her guard down. Or be too paranoid and play into a trap.
Sorry.
I'm dead. In Chris's mind, I'm dead.
Next is the subject of the murder weapon.
So, fun fact here. The first person to be killed, and you won't unlock it because it's a pain in the ass to unlock. The first death, and this isn't omitting him from being dead later in the game, just so you know. The first death was supposed to be Afro Guy. If you beat the game 100%, all the routes at because, everyone's alive in the certain section of the game and you get to play. You have to get everyone's endings there, and you unlock a section with him where it shows, the first death scene in the bathroom where Sayaka was with a knife in his stomach. So it was supposed to be him, but
He
they
was
changed.
gonna come ask you to switch back rooms.
Maybe, I don't know.
I'm a little scared, man.
I kind of like him, though, because he's like the dude, bro.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of glad he doesn't die immediately.
Wow, this is starting to sound like a real trial.
You've never been to one. We need to determine what was used to... It's gonna be like party knife or some shit. Yeah, kitchen knife set. Here we go.
So what was used to kill him?
There was some kind of sharp object thrust into his stomach.
Did you not look at it?
That is the murder weapon.
He likes saying the obvious.
Some random knife they had on them. How could anyone do something like that?
Did I miss
You
it?
missed it, yeah.
Bitch.
I like that it was just bitch.
So what was used to kill him?
There was some kind of without a doubt.
So the killer used some random knife they had on them.
You missed.
Anyone do something
Come
like
on.
that?
That son of a bitch.
So what was used to kill him?
Some kind of sharp without a doubt. That is the murder weapon.
So the killer used some random knife they
I keep missing! Oh,
You
did
got
I
it.
get Okay.
You need to aim better.
Yeah.
You're-
It's kind
Oh,
of
yeah.
drifting.
So
if
today-
I play Jet Force, I think I should be able to aim
Today,
in this.
when I went to the bank and came back, I saw a car speeding in when I was pulling into the parking lot, and it smashed into a deer and killed it, and then they backed up and left. And I walked out and I was like, what the fuck? So I walked over and some guy that was standing there had called animal control and shit to pick it up, so it's gone now. But I was just like, what the fuck? And then when I went in to get Mackenzie, someone had thrown a blanket on it. I'm like, why? It's fucking
It's cold.
It's cold and it's dead. It's gonna get colder.
You gotta watch out at this time of the year. Starting in November is like when deer get all horny and whatnot. Like they'll just run out in the
But
middle of the
that
street
car
without
was.
looking.
There's no reason. It was right after like the food shelf. There's no reason someone should be going that fast
Yeah,
when there's barely. It was like that much road, the size of the room, and they were flying.
yeah. So that was that person's fault.
Yeah.
But even in this time of year, a deer can just blindside you and you won't even have any time to react. A few weeks ago, that time where we started DMC3 and like I went to Connor's house and then we drove to Little Buddy's and then came here. We were going up North Maple and I was ahead of him and there was a car ahead of me and the car like slowed to a stop because all these deer started just running across North Maple like over by Fermi.
Jesus.
Like it was enough time for the person to stop, but like they just came out of nowhere, just a bunch of them. One time my dad saw a huge buck like in our neighborhood running between houses. Like we're in a forest kind of, like not in a forest but it used to be. But, like it was running through the neighborhood, so you can find a deer anywhere.
Huh? A kitchen knife?
Did nobody look at the body?
We discovered that one of the knives from the kitchen was missing.
Yeah, Makoto's doing all the work, everyone else is just kind of stupid.
Which means that knife must be the murder weapon.
I love you.
Oh, yeah. I guess that makes sense.
Moral compass guy, like he just pretends to play smart by stating the obvious. He's like, I'm right, you can't argue anything I say.
Sayaka is dead.
I think I ran a DNA test.
I ran a DNA test. I took a hair sample. I licked her face.
I took a hair sample from this lint roller I happened to find, which I threw in the garbage. I threw it in the incinerator because I didn't think it was important.
Makoto, I went into your room the other day and I cleaned it up after killing Sayaka Maizono. He just says it.
I think I found the murder weapon.
I think, like, even the first time I saw this, I was like, moral compass is no way he's a fucking gonna kill anyone. His ultimate would be for nothing if
Yeah.
he killed anyone.
I found the murder weapon. It's on screen.
He stabbed him with a fucking pompadour.
Next to his head. Like, that's an unnatural looking pompadour. It looks like one of the Chinese corns. Like, that is not how even Kuwabara's looks, or the guy from Future Diary, or Space Dandy.
You've never seen Space Dandy.
I've seen the artwork.
That's your definition of the artwork, and extending from the top of your head. I've seen the artwork. Alright, let's keep going.
Okay, so the murder weapon was a kitchen knife, but where does that get us?
Your ass.
Your ass.
I mean, we all know Makoto killed her, right?
That's right. Makoto's room was the scene of the crime. What more do you need?
That would be too easy.
Hold on a second.
Let's draw our conclusions after we present our arguments. Otherwise, what's the point of the trial?
Well, we can talk all we want. It's not going to change that conclusion.
Hey, can I show you some writing real quick? Why does 11037 have to do with anything?
I wish you could just present your evidence, like you can make the argument right away and just end it.
You really believe that?
There's a thing in Danganronpa 2, in the first trial, Monokuma will come out before the, in the middle of the trial, because like you save in between, because sometimes they go along, and he'll be like, if you know who the killer is, and you tell me now, I will give you 1,000 coins. And at that point, I was like, but he said, if you don't get it right, you restart the game from the beginning. And I was like, I don't know, I can't take this offer.
It's gonna be like Mario Striker's Charge, where there's no way you can cheat your way out of it. The game will know.
Yeah. I contemplated looking up who the killer was just for that, but then I ended up not doing it because I figured the spoil to myself would be worse than the actual prize at the beginning.
See, at first I thought this was like you can kind of make any questions at any time you want to anyone. So it's like, can you like ask Monokuma certain rules or something that you can find loophole?
It's all about listening to arguments and refuting them. And again, this is really easy right now, but it'll start getting much, much harder a
So I was
lot
thinking about it,
quicker.
it's like because Monokuma's like making everyone kind of hate him for, happily killing anyone and like taking the situation
He doesn't
lightly.
care if he's hated.
Yeah, but like he's doing it because I was thinking like maybe they could ask him questions that he would be willing to answer, but they're not willing to cooperate with him because they hate him.
So they try that in the second game. They'll ask like, "Oh, can you give me this information?" And sometimes he would be like, "Oh, okay." Like one of them was like, "What?" During the first class trial, in the second game, they're like, "What happens if somebody tries to kill a lot of people at once?" And he's like, "The limit is 2 people. If they try to kill more than that, they'll be stopped." So, like, stuff like that he'll answer, but he won't answer anything like, major pertaining to the case. But then from that case, they're like, okay, so this person tried to kill this person and failed, but they couldn't kill this person. Like, shit like that. I know damn well I'm not the killer. How would you know that, Mr. Nike? Okay, is this probably going to talk about white noise now? Oh, never mind. It'll make the thing. Yeah, you know what concentration is.
Do I?
It's when it, like, stays.
Oh
no, they call concentration slowing
like
down time in this?
Yeah, it's bullet time. Is this just because it gets faster?
You can see them popping in. Do you see the edges?
Yeah. Them popping out.
It's not popping in, it's the shadows.
Each person pops out as another pops in, so I... Oh, he faded in... He became a shadow.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. They're becoming shadows as they hit the side, and then, see?
Yeah, they switch.
Yeah.
I know Smother 3 does that. Like, sometimes when characters leave the screen, they, like, pop out at the edge instead of actually walking off. Only sometimes.
Aoi's account, that's Swimmer Girl.
Yep.
So I guess there's no question that the kitchen knife was the murder weapon. But where does that get us?
Keep saying that.
Makoto must have taken it from the kitchen, right? He did it in a secret. Nobody doesn't...
Good job, I'm proud of you.
I knew she was already saying something wrong, so...
Okay, wait, hold on. I didn't take
There is
the knife
possibility
from the
that Aoi
kitchen.
could always lie, but...
Next, you're gonna say you're not the killer, right?
But she's with Sakura, and Sakura could back her
Say
up.
all you want.
Yeah.
Well, what if I have a witness? What do you think, Ina?
Did they ever tell you who took the knife?
No, but she didn't realize. She wasn't...
Remember
She never
when
said
we were
anything
in
about
the
it. So maybe this is when she will. What would happen if someone didn't do their duties? Like, what if Ikumi didn't ever go to the trash room?
I feel like that's against Monokuma's rules.
Yeah, is there a rule for it?
I don't know.
Just to be perfectly clear, the knife disappeared while you were in the dining hall, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
And at any point while you were there, did you ever see me come into the dining hall?
No, I don't
It's not 100% like valid. There's this movie called My Cousin Vinny that you might like because it's all about like a court trial of like a false murder. It stars Joe Pesci and he's like a lawyer and he doesn't know what he's doing until the end and he wins the argument all just by proving all the witnesses being like, oh yeah, those two kids did it, but he proves that all of their arguments are invalid because they weren't like strong. Like the lady's like, oh, I could perfectly see that it was them, but like she had reading glasses and she was like 100 feet away, and he even brought in stuff and he like holds over. He's like, what is this? Or how many fingers am I holding up? And she can't even say it. And he's like, how can she know that it was them by their faces and stuff?
You have to pull that trick because like sometimes lawyers will even defend someone who they know is the killer just because that's their position.
Yeah, but because it's Joe Pesci, he's such an asshole about it. It's great.
Joe Pesci's amazing.
Then I watched for the first time Miracle on 34th Street, which is an old Christmas movie from the 1940s. And the whole thing is that there's this man who like claims he's Santa Claus, like he's Kris Kringle, and he works at Macy's as like department store Santa and stuff. But this crazy psychiatrist ends up suing him for hitting him over the head with a cane. And it was one of those things where he hits him, and people happen to be walking by, so he's like faking the pain and starts a lawsuit. And because the Santa guy, like he came from a retirement home, and like the doctor came in and said he's not actually Santa Claus, but he does believe he is, and like, but he's not dangerously insane. Like they assessed him and he's perfectly safe. So they bring him to trial, and the lawyer proves that he is Santa Claus because he receives mail from kids like addressed to Santa Claus, and it all goes to the dead letter thing in the post office. But the main girl in the movie writes a letter to Kris Kringle, like the man himself, addressed to like his apartment, And the people at the dead letter see that. It's like, oh, this is the first letter to Santa Claus that's not addressed to the North Pole, and it actually has a real address on it. For shits and giggles, let's send all this dead mail to him. And so they do, and that proves, because it's the post office is a high branch of the U.S. government, it's legal documentation that he is Santa Claus.
Yeah,
so
because
they dump that shit on the desk. Like the judge is like, I can't just take a few letters of mail and prove that's him. And they just, guys just bring in wheelbarrows full of bags and dump it all over the judge. And he's like, yeah, this is enough proof that he's Santa Claus.
That's funny.
Mm-hmm. It's like the best Christmas movie I've ever seen.
No, he definitely wasn't there.
Yeah, just what you said. He was like, oh, you don't think so.
Mm-hmm. And then she's like, oh, yeah, definitely.
The knife disappeared while Kino was in the dining hall, but I wasn't there the entire time. In other words, there's no way I could have taken the knife.
Okay, then what about this? What if the idiot swimmer girl and Makoto are in on it together?
Can I hit that or no? It's on bullet time.
No, because non-stop debates.
Idiot swimmer girl? Oh, and more importantly, why would I get involved in something like that?
I noticed whose voice it's
Cassandra.
It's Cassandra Lee Morris. I love her voice so much because every time I hear it, I just get happy.
Yeah.
Laura,
Taiga,
Aoi Asahina.
What the hell's the cat's name in Persona?
Morgan.
Yeah, Morgana.
Morgana.
You'll hear her twice in Sailor Moon.
Yes.
And
like already an all-star voice cast in Sailor Moon, by the way.
And she's oh yeah.
Rukia as the cat.
Mm-hmm.
You got
Stephanie
Shea as Sailor Moon. I don't know the tuxedo mask though.
That's Robbie Damon who plays New Hunter.
Oh, you know me, the only guy that doesn't mind New Hunter. I miss Greg Berger. He's like, yeah, like that voice, but like it wouldn't work on the new model.
Mm-hmm.
It just wouldn't. All right, let's get somewhere. You keep stopping.
I'd like to ask the bear.
Oh, he's asking the bear. Wow.
Do they also become blackened?
If there's an accomplice.
So you ask, and so I shall answer.
Yeah, stuff.
So it's just the characters will do it for you. I thought you could ask him anything, but then what if it's like a full typing game? Like
yeah, I was just thinking it's like that Xbox thing. Do you remember the typing thing you put under the Xbox controller to like text? Yeah, it's like one of that shit.
You can hook a USB keyboard up to the PS3 or the PS4.
But only the one who does the killing will get to graduate.
So meaning,
what's the point in
yeah,
being an
correct.
accomplice?
Meaning if there's an accomplice, unless you want
they're
to die.
Unless they're close friends or something.
But then you saw in the other game already.
Oh yeah, then there would be a point because yeah, everyone else dies.
Then there's no way anyone would work together, right?
But what if they did work together, and they just didn't know about the rule?
Good grief! Enough already. No, okay? There are no
Flat
accomplices
says
in
it.
this case.
Making it that easy.
Did I say that out loud?
He'll do that sometimes if you piss him off. He'll just reveal something.
And I didn't take the knife. So I'm not the killer.
Okay, so then, who did take the knife?
Can you
The only
take it?
possibility could be that someone else took the knife. They wouldn't give it to Makoto, like, for the intent of killing someone, because he said there's no accomplices, but I don't know why, in any situation, would he give someone else a knife. Like, he could have given it to Makoto and he went and stabbed her, but...
No, that would spoil it. Never mind.
Hina seems the obvious candidate. After all, she just said she was in the dining hall.
No way! I swear it wasn't me!
Sure, but can you or anyone else prove
Sakura.
I see some, like, screen tearing going, like, when it was panning up on him. I don't know if it pops up in the capture.
That's right! Sakura was with me the entire time I was drinking my tea.
I hate to have to ask, but just to be sure, Sakura's me. Right.
He's under pressure.
Then, couldn't either one of them have grabbed the knife?
Actually, no. Because, well...
Just spit it out already.
I stayed in Hina's room last night.
So, it's not revealed, but it's heavily implied that those two kind of have a thing. But they never flat out say it.
Mm.
I got so scared thanks to those creepy videos. I wasn't really thinking, I just asked her to stay over. Which means we have airtight alibis. You stayed over? Doesn't that violate one of the school regulations?
Now, why doesn't it violate a school regulation? A student,
They have to stay in
the
a,
only-
in a dorm room, right?
It doesn't matter whose it is. They just have to stay. That's what they
They
revealed.
can't like sleep in the cafeteria.
That's what they revealed with Sayaka and Makoto. It says they don't have to stay in their room. They can be in whatever room, but they just can't sleep out there.
Anywhere but the dorms. But it doesn't say we have to stay in our assigned
I see the
room.
tearing of the picture of
So,
Chihiro.
I don't think
Yeah.
that's a problem.
Yeah.
It is a problem. A boy and a girl spending the night together? It's unwholesome.
I hope he's talking about Makoto.
I'm a girl.
Yeah, he wasn't.
You are? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
But if it wasn't either of you, then what other possibility is there?
Actually, there is one other possibility. Right, Hina?
Oh, yeah, that's true. One other person did come to the dining hall while we were there.
Why
Who
did
was
you
it?
say so in the first place?
Well, because they're not here anymore. Sayaka. She's the one who came to the dining hall. And then later,
Maybe she planned on killing someone and she didn't go through with it. Maybe Makoto.
Sayaka. Yeah, that one's obvious. They just said it.
Then Sayaka is the one who took the knife?
See, I didn't see that coming.
That's the only possibility. And thinking back on it, she was acting.
Unless she... But I think it is now. She was leaving the room to go kill someone. I don't know who it was yet, but maybe Leon... Maybe she was going after him and he retaliated. That's what that's what just popped in my head. Like, I thought maybe he happened to be walking by and just quickly thought of it. But maybe she was going after him. I don't know how she got him to come to that room, but...
Okay, if someone as hot as Sayaka comes up and says, "Come to my fucking room," motherfucker, I'm there.
Yeah.
I don't know. That has nothing to do with this case. I'm just saying.
She didn't even look at us. She just went straight to the kitchen. As she left, she said she just wanted a drink of water. But most likely,
The person who took the knife was the victim herself.
I'm sure she just took it for self-defense.
She did say she wanted a self-defense weapon, though.
But she already had
You're
the sword.
saying the knife she took
True.
was then taken from her, and she was killed with it? In that case, you may not have taken the knife, but you still could have killed her.
Yeah, that opens it back up.
see, he did do it after all.
Okay, that's actually kind of smart thinking.
So, that's how you would twist the argument and send us all off in the wrong direction? You possess a most terrifying talent.
So if they blame the wrong person still gets killed, right?
If they blame the wrong person, everyone dies except the person who killed.
Hold on. It's still too early to decide conclusively that Makoto is the killer, wouldn't you say? Because you see, if the room did belong to the killer, then they did something most bewildering. And until we unravel that little mystery, you simply can't declare that he's the killer.
Bewildering? What the hell are you talking about?
Something was missing from the scene of the crime that by all rights should have been there. You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Oh, Hangman's Gambit. This is so much easier in this game than it is in the second game.
Do I have to think about it ahead of time before like going?
Well,
into
you'll
the
start
movie?
seeing the letters.
Oh, okay. Probably would have been easy on the Vita for the touchscreen.
Oh, you already know what it is.
Do I?
Yeah, you have an H and an I.
I don't know.
What should be in his room if he's sleeping there? And they're giving you an A and an R.
Hair. was thinking of like a more of an object.
That's right. There wasn't a single hair on the floor.
You have an H.
You see how bad I was at text twist yesterday?
You have an H and an I,
Were you-
and they're giving you A's and R's.
No one
Chris.
spoiled
What?
the stream yet, but like no one. I guess no one was there for text twist.
Text twist. Yeah, we sucked at text twist last night.
Some evidence?
Yes. And if
I can just imagine this happening in real time. It's like. It's like Cinder in Volume 4. I'm gonna shit on that character forever.
Yeah, she's
why
awful.
would I need to get rid of all the hair in my own room? It wouldn't be unusual at all to find my hair at the crime scene if the crime scene is in my room.
The reason all the hair was gone was to remove any trace that Sayaka
Okay, if we were trying to remove the trace that Sayaka had ever been there, then we would remove Sayaka!
That makes sense, does it not?
And the signs were switched.
If that were the case, they would have had to do something about the body itself, not just the hair.
And we also found evidence of tape taking all of her hair and taping it back onto her head on a dead body.
Okay, then why wasn't there any hair on the ground?
The killer got rid of it all, of course. He removed any trace that they had ever been there.
Sayaka could have done it.
Then that means
Not after she's dead.
Well, before.
Precisely.
But there was also a struggle, and
But
hair probably would have fallen
She
out.
was already staying there though, so it would be not unusual to see her hair
Oh,
there
yeah,
either.
maybe it would have been in the morning or something.
Then Makoto isn't the culprit?
Are you sure we can decide something so important based solely on the absence of some hair?
No. There are other reasons that prove why Makoto couldn't have done it.
I would like to hear these reasons.
Do you
Me
remember
too.
anything remarkable about the bathroom at the scene?
Yeah, blood in the body.
Sayaka was attacked in the main room
And Leon.
first, then fled into the bathroom, right?
Yeah, then they ran after her, got into the bathroom, and stabbed her.
And how did the killer get into the bathroom? Did they have any trouble with it?
What do you mean?
It's fairly certain that the killer had some trouble getting into the bathroom. There was clear evidence left behind. Do you remember?
She was gonna lure him into her room. Why did he bring a toolkit, though?
Well, she was.
Well, it was- yeah,
I
his
keep
tools weren't-
almost saying things. The object that the killer broke.
When I picked that one?
The doorknob, yeah. You hit triangle to present it.
I got it! Evidence that the killer had trouble getting into the bathroom.
Why did I tell you? I mean, it was obvious, but why did I tell you?
The doorknob? What doorknob?
The
What do
one
you
you
use
used
to open the
to
door?
open the door!
You phase through because you're some, like, prophet?
Completely broken. See how the top part was unscrewed? And the doorknob's about ready to fall off?
Oh yeah, true. But what does it mean?
In trying to bypass the lock, they ended up nearly removing the entire doorknob. This is another most bewildering act for the room's owner. It proves Makoto is beyond suspicion.
So what? You're saying he wouldn't break the door in his own room? But if the only choice you have is to break it, you break it. There's nothing bewildering about it.
You still don't see? Okay then, let's take another look at how the incident unfolded. Hopefully that will help you understand.
I'm seeing you tear all over the place, Kyoko.
And they're pixelated up close.
Is this the white noise? Oh, okay.
We're gonna find out who the narrator is.
No. This isn't Ratchet. Although that was a cute thing in Ratchet 1 where they met the help desk girl.
Is it another truth? Like you fire from triangle?
Yeah. That's what a non-stop debate is. So now there's going to be multiple weak spots, but that doesn't mean all of them are
Makoto's room.
lies.
They'll be
Sayaka was
highlighted.
first attacked in the main room. She then fled into the bathroom.
Then the killer ran after her.
So I have 10 minutes or I fail.
Yeah.
But if I mess up, it lowers it faster.
At that point, the killer had to try and bust down the door. Because Sayaka had locked it.
You stop time by hitting R1.
Yeah.
Now, why did he think it was locked?
The reason my bathroom didn't open
He
wasn't
thinks
because
she
was
locked
locked.
it.
Well, think about it.
It was already kind of...
Boys don't have locks.
Yeah. But then how'd she get in? But she knew.
Yeah.
So, but would
He
she have
told
done it
her.
that quickly and panic?
After all, the girls' rooms are the only ones with walking bathrooms, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I wasn't sure if they were going to clarify it.
That is true.
So why would Leon have said that, though? Well, I know because he was there, but, like, he would... Only the girls should assume that they're locked because theirs are, but the guys aren't.
Because that's what...
Why didn't your bathroom
Because he's in...
door open?
Yeah, I know, because he was in there and he was
That was
probably
his
confused.
mindset as he was doing it.
Yeah.
Is that she locked it.
Yeah, because he just saw her open it and go in. But then he tried to, and then it was jammed.
Because it was stuck.
Huh? What are you talking about?
My bathroom door doesn't fit in the frame quite right. Monokuma over there can testify to that.
Yup, true as true can be. But you know, you're supposed to be the ultimate lucky student, right? But to have such a cruddy door.
You have no idea what the ultimate lucky student is made of till Danganronpa 2.
So the
Fucking
reason the door didn't open
literal
was
luck.
just because it was
Like,
stuck.
no fucking way.
Yeah, here.
Wait, is this Leon's?
I can't pick it up. Like, it's not actually there. There it is.
Just play the
I was
game.
like, my depth perception was messed up.
But the killer didn't know that and assumed it was locked. So they tore apart the doorknob to get in.
Okay, but then why would the killer even think the door was locked in the first place?
You couldn't open it.
Everyone should have known you can't lock any of the boys' bathrooms.
The killer could easily make that mistake, thanks to one important detail about the scene of the crime.
Now, why is that, Chris?
I got it!
I'm surprised you haven't made a mistake yet.
My room.
Oh. Yeah. I didn't think about that, actually.
What?
That they didn't realize it was his room.
Now, why did they realize it?
Because the signs were switched.
Okay, so if Leon didn't realize the sign...
Sayaka switched them. To trick them, because then they would... Unless she wanted to bait them into going... Why would she do that, though, if she didn't want to be found?
You'll find out.
Okay. Unless it was the murder-suicide.
Saying the culprit didn't even know where he was? That's
I can see why this goes on for so long, even though we already know the answer.
And yet,
That's just
he's
how that
absolutely
comes
right.
about.
Say what?
Well, to be more specific, what the killer didn't know was that Makoto and Sayaka had switched rooms, which is what led to the misunderstanding about the bathroom. If Sayaka had been in her own room, then
there would have been a lock on the door, and they would have had to break through.
So they had no idea how unnecessary their actions were.
ultimately, we can't know if it came open by force or simply by accident. But the killer must have been considerably confused, with no idea how they actually got the door open.
Regardless, it was a pointless act. Wasting time trying to break down a door that wasn't locked is...
Definitely something I wouldn't do, since I would have known exactly why it wasn't opening, right?
That is a definite possibility.
So the killer
He's
would
a
have to
vodka
be someone
character.
who didn't know they'd switched rooms?
You can see why he's a fan favorite.
Yeah.
Then Makoto couldn't have done it.
Okay, then who did do it?
I'm sorry, but I give up. Quit without saving.
But what happens if we can't decide on who we think did it?
Well, why don't we just vote right now? Majority
No,
rules.
it's too early.
Majority rules? You really think that's a good idea?
Yeah, our necks are on the line here. Someone seriously needs to do something. For serious.
Does no one have any other thoughts or questions? It does not matter how trivial they may seem.
Oh, as a matter of fact, I do have one question.
Oh, you...
You don't gotta sound so disappointed.
It's fine, it's fine. Just ask your question.
Oh yeah. Okay, so Well, I was just wondering, how did the culprit get into Makoto's room in the first place?
Yes. How did the killer get inside?
Maybe Sayaka just dropped the key somewhere and the culprit picked it up. That's possible, right?
I don't think so. That seems
Yeah, I can kind of see that it's definitely him now, just for how many excuses he's just pulling out of his ass. Oh, maybe the key dropped somewhere and someone picked it up.
The locks are all unpickable.
Fine. How about this? The killer got in the easy way.
Thought he gave up.
They could have knocked and said they wanted to talk or something, and Ms. Maizono just let him in.
No, that can't be it either.
Oh, trying to argue against me? Sounds like someone doesn't know his place. Hello?
You gave up a second ago.
Exactly. Can't that be it?
He's getting too into it. Switching keys. Yeah.
I got it!
See, it's stuff like that. That's kind of like very
was
vague.
already scared, remember? That's why she asked me to switch rooms in the first place. Knowing what she'd been through, I just can't believe she would have opened the door for anyone.
What if her being scared was a lie?
Huh? What the hell is that supposed to mean? Why would she lie about something like that?
I know you don't want to consider it, but look at this and tell me. Can you still deny the possibility?
So I thought it would have been cool if a lot of the evidence tied to Junko and the fact that she's not here to prove or disprove anything, and like make the trial harder because of that.
I don't know if
Like
they
if-
ever do that.
Yeah, if she played a key part in it, that would have been.
Oh no, they
like,
do that.
Like she was a witness and stuff. Like she was in the dining room. That would have been. That would be cool hard mode thing. Changing.
I kind of
actual
I know
plot
this
points.
game isn't like that because hard mode it's like they give you a lot more like options to shoot at and shit like that. Come see me in my room. Check the nameplate to make sure you don't get the wrong room. Okay, Sayaka.
I found a notepad
We didn't-
during my search, and I shaded in the top sheet with a pencil.
Yeah, we didn't have that right.
No.
And these are the words that appear.
Oh man! I've totally seen people do that on
Yeah, because
detective
doesn't it like
shows.
leave an imprint or something like that?
Yeah, it's like with the at Angelina's with the old-fashioned order taking sheets where it presses through onto the next the
Yeah.
yellow sheet. Yeah.
When you write, it can leave an imprint. Sketch over the next sheet of paper, and you can see the words. When I saw that, I was like, holy crap! I better make sure I rip the paper out before I use it from now on.
I love your voice.
It's a pretty old-fashioned technique, but even the classics can be surprisingly useful.
Surprised, yeah, Pop Idol would know that trick.
Oh, and I should also mention.
She didn't know that trick. That's why the paper was still there.
Oh, duh.
Which means only someone who had been in Makoto's room before the incident could have written it.
Then either it was Makoto who lived there, or Sayaka who switched rooms for a single night.
So, Makoto, did you write this?
No, I didn't. But
Of course you didn't, because the note also bears a perfectly legible signature. Sayaka's signature.
How would she know what her signature is?
but why? Why would she?
Why would she write that?
To lure someone in. And she also switched the nameplates because you said make sure you get the right
The
room.
note was likely her way of getting in touch with a certain someone. She must have slid it under their door to let them know she wanted to meet with them.
So the doors can be things can be slid under them.
Yeah, you just can't break it down or break into them.
They can put a bomb in it. Slide a paper bomb.
This isn't Naruto.
Third tripwire under the door.
If you got an invitation like that, then the ultimate pop sensation. What young man could resist?
Can you do?
You only like 2D.
Can you accuse someone of being absolutely right? It's a hug bullet. Just
So
come here.
in the second game, there's an agree thing. So there'll be orange for disagree, and then blue for agree. Or it begins with a C. It's something I can't remember what it is.
Oh, it was like points you can emphasize on.
Yeah, so if like someone says something that's right, you use your truth bullet to say it's right, and you know whether you're refuting it or agreeing with it based on the color.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's in this game.
Of course, I'm only into 2D, so it wouldn't have any effect on me.
But can
Motherfucker.
you be sure anyone even got this note? And honestly, even if they did, I do not think they are at all involved in what happened.
Huh? What makes you say that?
Would you like to hear what I have to say?
It gives you option yes or no. No! I already know! Uh-oh. This one's so easy. God damn.
Why is it triangle to shoot?
Sayaka and Makoto switched rooms, correct?
Makoto.
But in the note, the place they were asked
Oh.
it specifically says, my room.
Yeah, shoot it.
Down.
No? But they switched the nameplates. That's the whole thing. It's like it says my room, and if you switch, that's what I kind of don't like. Is that it's kind of complicated in the fact of like, you shoot it right, and it looks it's clearly a contradiction, but it's not the contradiction they wanted you to touch.
Sayaka and Makoto switched rooms, but in the note, it specifically says, my room.
I see. So if someone read that note, then they would have gone to Sayaka's room.
Exactly. The room that Makoto was staying.
Maybe it's that one? Okay, you see what I mean though?
Yeah.
Like sometimes it's like, yeah, it's technically wrong, but it's not the one they wanted you to notice was wrong. Just ignore that one.
Plates on my and Sayaka's rooms got switched.
They got switched?
They got switched? Those haven't been sold in
State Line has them?
State Line has 2 switches. Jesus. I love that icon. It's so cute.
They all have the same faces, most of them.
Yeah. You tell me, do you look at Final Fantasy like 2 and you're like, wow, everyone looks so different? Like,
Well,
no.
it's like they have different faces, but they're little sprites still.
So what you're saying is the room
I'm making fun of the fact that they're all 8-bit.
was actually marked as her room.
They're all looking to the left of the same face.
Bianca, you noticed that.
Then, if someone did do what the note said, they would end up at Makoto's.
By the way, remember when I told you some voices were switched for the dub?
Mm-hmm.
What I meant was all the voices were switched
Yeah,
for the
Funimation
dub.
doesn't care about bringing anyone back. Except when they did the Trigun movie, they're like, yeah, let's get Johnny back.
Legitimately, every single person in the dub of the show is completely different than the game. I don't think any voice actors are shared. Not Junko, not Chihiro, not Sayaka, not... Or no,
Yeah.
Makoto's the only one that's the same.
Oh, Bryce.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, the same thing with Trails in the Sky. Like, their dub just replaced everyone, I'm pretty
So
sure.
stupid.
Plus, their rooms are right next to each other, so switching the nameplates would be no problem. And the one who switched the names was... Well, of course it wasn't you, right, Makoto?
Right?
He doesn't want to blame Sayaka.
Who did it?
Just say you again.
Me and Sayaka were the only ones who ever knew about us switching rooms. So the only other person besides me who would even know to switch the nameplates was Sayaka.
You can also infer as much from her note. She specifically tells the reader to check...
You really don't want the microphone hearing the clicking noises.
Just in case it starts going off again, be like, please charge.
Please chart. It was full.
Doesn't matter.
She would only have written that if she knew the nameplates had been switched.
But why would she switch them in the first place?
She wanted someone to come to the room she was in, and also hide the fact that it was Makoto's room.
What? Inviting someone to your room, but not telling them you'd switched rooms. Why would anyone do that?
I wouldn't! It was me!
That is a good point, but it could be to just frame Makoto.
To understand that, we first need to understand what happened after she invited the person into the room. That's where the answer lies.
I love her design.
Yeah.
Like the little like fake suit. Like clearly she's smart. But where'd you get that Medal of Honor? Like,
for being
you're a fucking hall monitor. Like,
yeah, hall monitor, traffic guard.
Yeah, in the anime
city
they
council.
changed it to hall monitor, I believe.
Whoever she invited over came in and attacked her. We figured it out. We know who did it. Whoever she invited over is the culprit.
He's right.
We still don't know.
What you said about him was 100% accurate. Everything he says is right, but
Sayaka fought with her killer.
He's what they call water is wet. Everything he says is like
true, but
irrefutable.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah. It's a thing with products. It's like toothpaste will clean your teeth. Like that's used in advertising.
Oh, I thought it was just let go.
Perhaps the answer to our
I'm gonna have to
previous
shit
questions
relatively
lies
soon
in
when I
the
drink that
initial
whole coffee.
struggle.
You,
How far are we into this show? Like, are we almost done?
I can't see it going any farther because you're almost at the deciding
Okay.
factor. Of
I can
figuring
hold
it
out till then.
It's like maybe like 20 minutes.
You're right.
Yeah, I can do it.
Then we just have to figure out what happened during the fight, right?
That reminds me. There was a replica sword at the murder scene. Was that perhaps used during the fight?
Oh, yeah.
No, it wasn't.
What's the deal with that sword?
Sayaka suggested I should hold on to it. I thought it might come in handy if I had to defend myself. It seems pretty likely that the killer used it to break Sayaka's right wrist.
Yeah, because it was a replica sword, so it couldn't have actually cut.
Yeah. I mean, hey, you hit someone in the head hard enough.
How the hell could you possibly know that's what broke her wrist?
At least I only lost half a heart.
You're a fuck up! You're a fuck up! You failed! What's on her wrist?
The gold.
The gold. I like.
It would just be that, right?
Yes. Yeah. Okay. When he says
How you get your heart back.
Take a good look at her broken wrist.
that's
And it should
the other game, you get a lot more chances to get things wrong, but because it's a lot harder.
Something glittery. See?
Is that gold?
Wait, what are they looking at?
Sure is.
How are they? Oh,
There must be pictures, but do you carry a camera around and take pictures of the evidence?
maybe Monokuma has them
Yeah.
somewhere.
He must know what, because the game tells you what can be evidence, so he's probably
The one
keeping
that's
track of it.
yeah.
You barely have to touch that stuff, and it'll stick right to you. And there's some on her wrist because...
I got it! Because she got hit with the sword, right there on her wrist!
I
You
love
are
this guy because
so
of
right.
this.
You are so right about him.
I see they each have a part to play in what kind of arguments they like to make.
And then you're gonna see that once they're gone.
Like, we're not going to know the obvious anymore if they kill off Moral Compass.
Moral Compass and Hifumi. If those two die off, we won't know shit.
Yeah. He likes just proving the juicy details.
Then it's about time to solve this mystery.
White noise, white noise, white noise, white noise, white noise, white.
Oh boy.
Oh, starting to get hard. You getting scared? Well, I can see your scared boner popping up.
It's the Final Fantasy VII battle thing.
When the fighting broke out,
It's going to be tough.
the culprit grabbed the sword. And that's when the first blow was dealt. A sword-based sneak attack.
It wasn't a sneak attack, was it? I don't know. Okay, what's the difference between the sword and the sword sheath?
Hit square. Look at what they are here. Just geometry, put it in his room. Found out that sheath on the floor in the middle of the room. The sword handle was missing. Some of the gold coating as was part of the little blade. And then we'll take this from the geometry and put it in his room. The sheath was found some distance from the sword itself, and it shows evidence of being scratched with a sharp object, meaning it wasn't a sneak attack. Oh, sorry. That was... Never mind.
Well, we gotta redo it now, right?
Yeah.
Should I speed through it?
Kitchen knife she had hidden away.
Or that's true, so I don't have to refute it, right?
The culprit picked that from her too.
And they killed her with it.
And that's exactly what happened.
Now, here's the thing. If the sword has knife prints on it, what does that mean?
The sword itself.
Now, the sheath of the sword has knife prints. What does that mean?
Someone scratched it? Or she was using it to defend herself? She was using the knife. Oh, they're attacking with a sheath?
No.
The replica sword?
It means he grabbed the sheath to defend himself.
Oh.
Because he had the golden sword, she had the knife.
When the fighting broke out, the culprit grabbed the sword.
You want the sheath.
A sword-based sneak attack.
Yeah. You have sometimes some of them are similar like that, and you have to look and see what it exactly says.
Actually, no. I don't think the fight started with the sword.
Yeah, she probably just started with the knife itself, and he grabbed the sword.
Why not?
Because the sword's sheath had been
Why not?
scratched. See? There's a gash in it. Like someone cut into it with something sharp.
Something sharp? You mean like the kitchen knife? That was the only sharp thing found at the scene.
Other than my sharp reflexes.
What the hell's going on? If the sword was used first, there wouldn't be any explanation for the scratch on the sheath.
I don't know, his hair could pretty much stab anyone. And how fucking poignant that shit is.
If you were going to attack with the sword, you'd take it out of the sheath first, right?
That's true. With the sheath on, it'd be heavy and bulky and useless as shit.
Okay, so how did the sheath get damaged?
If they got attacked with the kitchen knife, maybe they grabbed the sword as a defensive impulse. In that situation, there wouldn't be any time to actually unsheath the sword.
So you're saying the sword was initially used to defend against an attack from the knife?
Which means whoever had the kitchen knife was the one who...
And I wonder who had the kitchen. I'm surprised fucking...
So here's how it all played out.
Let's see what he has to say.
Found the kitchen knife hidden there somewhere. Then they took the knife and attacked Sayaka before she knew what was
He's
happening.
wrong.
Yeah, he's actually wrong though.
My trust is ruined.
My roast is ruined. My trust is ruined.
Grabbed the sword to defend herself, but then the culprit took that from her too. Then
I mean, if the wrist that she has holding the knife is broken, it means she's not holding that knife anymore. I like that face.
But I don't think Sayaka used the sword to defend herself.
What? How the hell can you not think that?
Because she never held the sword at all. There's a certain part of her body that makes
It would have been on both hands.
Yeah. But there's no glitter on my hands. That means I didn't use the sword. Yeah, but you're not sitting there dead. You could have watched... You know what? Yeah, you're right.
Oh, what?
Wait, what did you just say?
I said the broken wrist.
It shows that she never used the sword. Oh, her hands. There's no glitter on her hands. Her stomach. She was like...
Right? The palms of her hands were perfectly clean. So I don't think she ever picked up the sword.
How can you know that just by looking at her palms?
Like I said before, the gold coating on that sword comes right off.
I would hate that sword so fucking much. Because it means every time it's moved, it like dusts onto the table. That shit's annoying.
If you look, you'll notice that a lot of the gold has already come off the handle. It's safe to assume that's because whoever used the sword got some of it on their hands. There's really no
That's
way
why
she
she threw his
could've
clothes
picked it
out?
up and come away completely clean.
And because of blood.
Maybe she washed her hands after she escaped into the bathroom.
Sorry, but I don't think so.
Because she's...
Why do you say that? Is it because you think I'm ugly?
Yes.
That's not it at all.
Because when you draw characters, they really can't be ugly unless it's Ifumi.
Hifumi's pretty sexy, come on. I'm just mad that you started with the hottest character.
At least it didn't amount to anything.
Not yet.
Serve regulations. The water.
Yeah.
According to the Monokuma file, Sayaka's
Oh, the water doesn't work?
was around
Yeah,
1:30
after
a.m.
nighttime.
So if he needs to get up to go take a shit in the middle of the night,
No,
you
it's
just
like the sink in the shower and shit.
Well, you gotta wash your hands after.
So yeah, no, it doesn't work. You gotta leave that poopy in there. Until
That's the only reason I hate him.
That's it. Not the fact.
That's
that
what someone needs to call him out.
Not the fact that he's trapping children in a school and making them kill each other. You hate them because you can't take a shit after 11 p.m.
Like, that's inhumane.
I want to just talk about how, like, their nighttime hour is like the hours I'm asleep, 11 p.m. to 7 a.m., so it's a little hilarious.
That's why you're ugly.
You're no different. You smell like a big, fat, ugly donkey. I'm not sure whether to take that as an insult or a compliment.
Insult, obviously.
So anyway, if Sayaka never touched the sword, then that means the killer is the only one who used the sword. But hold on. If that's right, then the one who damaged the sheath with the kitchen knife was...
I got it! Sayaka? She had the kitchen knife?
But we already said that the attack started with...
The person with the knife attacked first, and the sword was used as an impromptu defense.
And the one who attacked first was...
Sayaka?
Now do you understand? She wasn't a blameless victim in this.
I do feel bad for Leon now. Like, it kind of backs my point up. It's like, the punk guy wouldn't be the first one to kill, but he didn't have the intention on it at first.
Yeah.
He was innocent.
No, far from it. It's almost as if she'd been planning to commit a murder of her own. She took the knife from the kitchen, then invited the culprit to the room she was staying in. And
Like, what if they accidentally said it's like then she invited Leon to the room? You're like, wait, what? What?
Yeah, it's like, kill that Yeti. Like,
I want you
like
to-
he said it, but the text didn't say.
Yeah. I want you to kill that Yeti. I can't believe people are legitimately pissed that it's not reignited.
What about those fucking dragons? Don't worry about it. I'll take care of them.
What about those fucking dragons? Don't worry about those, Dante. I'll take care of them.
They're in the original graphics as well. Like, and Dante's looking up like, what are those fucking
What about
dragons?
those fucking dragons?
He's like getting Ebony Ivory out.
Oh no, it's all
Don't
started with
worry.
I need you to kill Marco the balloonist and steal his balloon.
That's a great just like setup.
I don't know where it came from.
I know Dante doesn't say fuck, but like it just works. Like the dragons just
fucking dragons.
Was it Nestor?
Yeah.
Like first thing you do in the game.
What about the fucking dragons? Don't worry about them, Dante. I'll take. It's gotta have the stutter. It's like I'll take care of them.
I can just imagine after that, like Dante's nervous because he's never been set up to assassinate an innocent person, and it just shows Nestor flying around the whole game, just saving the dragons, like like touching all the crystals and taking care of the game in 2 seconds.
A
He doesn't need an endpoint,
bull
it just
comes
takes
out
up.
of it. No, the gem's in the water.
Or the realistic approach, every dragon Sparrow saves, they each then start going out and saving the rest. The game's over.
Yeah,
in
what the
2
fuck were they
minutes.
doing?
Going home to their families and having dinner.
You could have picked a better spot to get stuck. You could have found a better fucking spot to get stuck, asshole.
Indeed. These are all the actions of an assailant.
I don't know what assailant is, I'm sorry.
Salem? Salem from Ruby?
No, don't ever talk about that.
Don't ever talk about that show
Brings
again?
up another point. Makoto, Sayaka was the one who suggested you two switch rooms, correct? Maybe the reason
He's
she
still
wanted to switch
flabbergasted.
A fly goes into his mouth.
That's like Muslim was like, I sent the fly.
I sent the fly. Haha.
I wonder, like, I'm sure this place is pretty sanitary.
Yeah.
Unless the people in
It's
it.
pretty sanitary, but after what I want to do to Celeste, it's gonna get messy.
was so that she could pin the crime on you. That is a possibility, is it not?
How do you not like her design though? Like, it's,
I do, yeah.
Yeah, it's
The thing is, I like everyone's designs. They're all well designed.
Here's my problem is that I'm a sucker for Addams Family like gothic like design. So whenever I see that, I'm like, Like,
it came off.
It came off.
That would also
Mike
explain
is
why
off.
she would switch the nameplates.
Hard on. It's off.
I like her tie.
Yeah, it's probably not a clip-on.
Yeah, Jacques Schnee could eat my fucking asshole.
That's what we get out of it. That and freaking lit.
Freaking lit. That's right. Did he just say freaking lit? What was that? That was that one helicopter guy
Yeah.
in Ruby.
That everyone loves for whatever other reason.
There's that guy from the. Do you remember Volume 7? The guy that was like Robin Hill and all that. The guy that was like hyping her up. That was arrested with Ruby when the Aesops got him. Yeah, people fucking love him, and people have a theory that that wolf thing that fucked up Oscar, that it has a human inside of it. And that's why it can talk and think and shit, right? And people are like, oh, it's most likely Summer Rose. Like, people have come to that conclusion. It's most likely Summer in there if there's someone in there. And then people were saying it was that guy from that. And Murder Birds was like, shut the fuck up!
But for that to work, the target had to be lured out while still keeping the room swap a secret. If the target knew she had switched rooms, they would have become suspicious right away.
So all that's why
I thought you were checking your phone because I saw the blue light. And I was like, what are you doing during the most important trial?
Not Connor.
But doesn't that plan seem a
We invite him over to be part of DMC3 and he's on his phone and not moving his car.
For one
Black
thing,
tar,
her plan
I
works. Her
move
sister and
my
I just tell everyone they switched rooms.
Lit streets, black tar. That's what it was.
I don't know. I'm not sure our soft-hearted Makoto is capable of that kind of cutthroat behavior. I'm sure Sayaka realized the same thing, which is why out of all of us,
And she tagged along with him because he's the most, vulnerable.
And if she survived, why do you think she would have switched rooms? Why do you think she switched rooms?
To
You
blame
said-
him.
Yeah, okay. I was
Yeah, they
gonna
already
say.
said that though.
Did they?
Yeah.
She was the ultimate pop sensation. A totally forgettable kid. Or a national superstar. Who are you more likely to believe?
Wait, then you're saying she had this.
Oh, that's what they're saying now.
Holy shit!
But in the end, her plan backfired. She launched her
Just because she
attack
didn't have the physical
at night,
strength.
then found
She
out
decided to
that
learn
in
athlete.
turn. That
Huh?
must be when her
She decided to learn athlete of all
and she
people.
was forced to drop the knife.
I'm a baseball player. Can you really call those Slavs athletes? Sorry.
They gotta run.
That's rude.
He has leg power. Enough to stab back with.
And arm power.
He
Enough
has
to
swing.
throw
Yeah, he
something.
has to swing and
Yeah.
throw. Was he? I think he was a batter.
I mean, it doesn't matter. You kind of know both if you're the ultimate of that sport.
I guess, yeah. Unless it was the ultimate batter. Ultimate pitcher.
Ultimate batter. It makes the ultimate cookies.
Ultimate pitcher can hold a lot of beer and
Can
be
hold
poured.
out. Someone said that their sugar intake was like really low at work the other day at the grocery job, and so it was like you just take a bag of sugar and you shotgun that shit. That's what it's called, right? When you
Shotgun?
yeah,
I think so.
when you take a knife to a bottom of the beer can and you drink all of the alcohol.
Can I
at
just
once.
say, you said, can I refute two pieces of evidence in your sentence? You said you take a knife to the bottle, that would
It's a
shatter.
can, it's a
No,
can.
but they said you take the knife to the bottle of the beer can. Do you say the knife to the bottom of the beer can? 'Cause that makes more
the
sense.
bottom, yeah.
Or shark, you just take your bare hands and twist it, shatter it, and accidentally cut yourself.
Yeah,
Get me
that was a
bandage.
bad cut too, wasn't it?
Yeah. He's
Jesus.
like, oh, I'm bleeding.
I'm bleeding everywhere.
I'm half mortal, so I'm bleeding. Alright.
Only half my blood.
Were suddenly turned on her, and she died
So yeah, they
by the
figured it
hands
out.
of the one she planned to murder.
Just hold on. That can't be true. Because
Why do you never spend your days off cleaning?
What do you mean?
He loves me.
Because I was going to.
He loves staying in
I was
Danganronpa.
going to, but then I got stuck going to the store.
Or what were you gonna clean?
This basement.
I did a little bit.
The whole thing?
Yeah.
Like all of that too?
Sierra said not to touch some of that stuff because she wants it.
Yeah, she wants the LED box.
Tell her to come over today or we're throwing it out.
She wants to use the box.
Okay.
Hey! You guys have totally derailed the argument.
Is he trying? Yeah, he's trying to steer us away from finding out who it is. So he wants everyone dead.
Of course.
Which I still don't know why.
Super boring right now.
And he's a creation, so someone created it. Like someone, I mean, obviously someone created him, but
It's a fucking robot.
yeah. Unless there's someone like speaking through, it's like a Kate Sith thing. I'll just spoil who Kate Sith is, but yeah, he's just Kate Sith.
There has to be some mastermind.
If I had to punish you all just because you
Kate Sith isn't as sadistic as him.
Yeah, he's trying to manipulate us.
Oh, there's a time limit? Like in the trial itself?
No.
It's just for
all
your
flavor
arguments.
text.
Makoto, right now you just need to concentrate on figuring out the answer to this mystery. If we can't uncover who murdered Sayaka, it's over for all of us.
No, there's something left. Oh, now you can like kind of.
It's easy just to say, hey, decide who did it. But there just
No.
aren't any more clues, right?
There you go. There you go.
It almost looks like whatever he's saying, like with the text behind him when he makes his argument, it almost looks like he's saying "cunt."
Sayaka's dying message.
Dining. Wait, what did you say?
The dying message.
He's really trying to derail it.
Behind her, remember? 11037. Written in
There's gonna be a dyslexic person, like somewhere.
Oh yeah, I figured this out by the way. What region did this game come out in?
Japan.
What region? What text do you think it stayed as?
English. So they wouldn't know. Yeah.
They would know
probably solved it.
110.
They can change the color, but they can't change that.
What?
They can change the color of the blood, but they can't.
Well, I
change
think that was the point. Was that like English is kind of like a like haha funny thing, but like 11037 isn't. So most Japanese people wouldn't read it as the name. They would
Yeah.
read it as the numbers.
Mhm.
But then when they see the name, like, oh, that's cool. That's the English word for his name.
Yeah. Because there could be like Japanese characters that are upside down that we would never know.
Yeah.
Well, before we get too far into that...
Because we take their characters and we make people doing this.
Can we really be sure that Sayaka is the one who wrote it?
Yeah, that's what I thought at first. Like Leon wrote it himself, like a sly thing.
Yeah.
Phantom Thief.
Phantom Thief.
I forget what. Oh, it's the index finger.
Yeah. It's the fatal wound.
Her left index finger had blood on it. That could only be because she used that.
I feel like she took it and did that. She didn't cut her finger.
I see. She broke her right wrist during the fight, so she'd have to use her left hand to write.
She wrote it upside down, just not. in her finger.
Because from her angle.
Yeah.
But still, what the heck do those
How's it
numbers
so like
mean?
straight though?
11037?
Hey, Chihiro. You're a computer nerd or whatever, right? You should know all about numbers and shit.
No, that's not... Yes, I'm a programmer, but I don't see any kind of meaning in
Yeah, because it would have been binary, and she would be able to know. But binary can just mean more numbers. Like, because Kerbifer, his name was Kerbifer 15 back in the day, but he would do it Kerbifer 1111. I think 4 ones makes 15 in binary, something like that.
Interesting.
Yeah, he like trying to be all cool in 2004.
Of course.
Flash is dead,
Because
Kerb.
they're
You're
not
dead.
numbers.
Flash is dead, you said? I know.
Yeah, she knows.
Oh, yeah, it looks like...
What?
No, it's just... look at the numbers, assuming they're not numbers. Don't these first two, 1, 1, look less like two numbers and more like one?
What are you looking at? You're wrong, Shelf.
Alright,
Are you
put this one here.
No, just
No,
put it
we're
on top.
not
Put it on
those.
top.
No, it's not.
Yeah, put it on top, like above. That's what I've been doing, because like I'm at your point where I have to move everything down just to put a new game in. So I just put them above. I think you'll.
Is it alphabetical order?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And by console.
But if you can't fit it, you might as well just put it up top and we'll deal with it. And remember, you omit articles when you do alphabetizing, right?
Yes, I know, Chris.
Or Connor's like, no, you move the article to the end and put comma the. It's like, I know, library, Connor.
Just put it on the top, babe. It's okay.
There you go.
There you go.
You do perfectly.
She knows what she does, and she
then Connor's
does
like,
me.
oh, you leave 2 gaps at the end so you can add games.
And also, Connor, I forgot to pay rent, and I lost my house. Can I move in?
No.
It's not rent anymore for him. It's mortgage.
Mortgage.
Which in this time, like a day or whatever, is probably cheaper than rent.
I'm just guessing that goes there.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, because I comes before R.
Mm-hmm.
And it's this.
Yeah, you're good.
You're good.
Yeah. I did it.
Thank you.
I was literally just gonna put them wherever the fuck I felt like putting them. Just to piss you off.
Piss me off, baby. Do it.
Get your ass upstairs and start helping clean the kitchen.
I'm in the middle of something. I can help after.
No, you told me to piss you off. No, I'm not kidding. Like, it actually needs to be clean.
When you're
clean
cleaning,
up
I'll
here
shit.
too.
I was going to clean this room.
Cigarettes go.
You might as well, because like your trash in the kitchen was overflowing, so there's nowhere to clean anything.
Yeah, you can take the garbage out.
Or you can.
Yeah, no.
I would have, but I don't know where your
No.
is.
Please don't let the cat in here. Mackenzie. Please don't let the cat
Piss
in
on
here.
my stuff. Go piss on his stuff. In here, not up
It was
there.
your both stuff.
No, my side of the bed, my pillows. Pissed on my side.
Yeah, on all of
So
her
I kicked
stuff.
him out of bed, so he couldn't sleep on the bed either because he could have slept on the bed, but I wouldn't let him.
I would piss and it'd smell.
I didn't smell it at all.
Yeah.
It was only until she got in. She's like, "What the fuck?"
connecting line is barely there, so I assumed it was 1-1. But looking at it now, you could also read
And
it
what?
as an N.
She's getting fucking. What is it?
You might have finally just said something worth a shit.
He's my guy.
But even if that really is an N037, doesn't make any more sense than before.
Damn it.
I was just waiting for someone dyslexic who always reads upside down to be like, oh.
Rotate the image 180 degrees.
Yeah, it's over.
Oh my god. Now I see. She wrote down the killer's name.
Huh? You just shot past the clue part and...
Yeah, I wanted to do that from the beginning.
So, whose name did she write?
Wow. Wow, I can't believe this. Now you're deciding who the killer is.
Here's my answer.
Yep.
The key to solving this mystery was simply to rotate the writing 180 degrees.
Look at her face.
If you turn the message around, it becomes the letters L-E-O-N. L-E-O-N. Or more accurately, Leon.
Isn't that the same thing? It's not more accurately. Leon is Leon.
It's just a
Leon S. Kennedy comes in. I'm sorry. Leon Kowalski from...
I see Celestia peeking her little eye over there.
Leon Kowalski from Star Fox Season 4 is like, very clever.
Very clever.
Leon from 80 Police comes in and he's like, I can't get a... He's like, I'm just trying to kill some boomers here, and it must have been a stray bullet.
To be fair, Sayaka died, meaning he did kill a boomer.
There's a lot of Leons in media.
Yeah, let's just keep playing the game, please.
Not Squall.
Nazis.
You're gonna have to find someone named Leon. Get him before he kills Sayaka.
No, it's not random at all.
Oh, I actually found this evidence in your room too, with the letter and...
On the wall behind her as she was leaning up against it. In that position, she couldn't move to write normally, and had to write upside down, as it were. And as a result, when you look at it standing in front of her, it ends up getting flipped. Try it for yourself if you want.
This is,
Write something sitting
again, it's like,
letters will be inverted.
Japan, it makes a lot more sense why they didn't know what it was immediately.
That sounds like one hell of a stretch to me. I'm the killer? You can't just go and say shit like that.
If you're not the killer, then why did you try to destroy the evidence?
Huh?
You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The evidence Leon tried to get rid of?
There. Oh, we're still not over.
What was he trying?
Oh, the shirt.
Now, do you understand, now that you know it's him, do you understand how he got the incinerator on? With the crystal ball.
He threw it?
Someone like him.
Oh, yeah, you got it right. It's kind of silly.
As the killer stabbed Sayaka, they must
Because if it were me, I would have thrown it and would immediately hit the bar and shatter like the...
like right in front
Yeah.
of you. The glass gets in your eye.
Yeah, like...
Wait, they're like, oh dude, what's wrong? I just killed Sayaka! I tried to hide the evidence! I got glass!
Yeah. Yeah, I'm the Yasi. My ball! My ball! I got blood on my coat! Everyone's screaming. Terror in the laundry, in the incinerator room. Fumi comes in, it's like, I was supposed to be on trash duty and I woke up late. I could have prevented all this. Sayaka comes in, I got a knife in me. Hunter comes in, I'm the one writing these jokes. I'm the one doing this.
I'm the one doing this.
Sharky's like, I'm dancing to Parappa music. The string of jokes has gone too long. Let's get this trial done and out.
into the incinerator.
But one piece burned off and got left behind.
And the killer didn't notice.
Yeah, 'cause he couldn't get
If
to
they
it.
had, they most certainly would have panicked.
He probably didn't notice a bloody sleeve on the ground. It just sucks. Monica was just kill him for
You
sucking
said
at trash.
Fumi. You meant Leon, but you
No,
said
Fumi. Because he was on trash duty.
Yeah, but he
and
didn't go in there.
But he was on trash duty. He should have.
But
like,
it was
later.
overnight.
Oh.
So no one was even supposed to leave their dorms.
Oh, true. Never mind. You're promoted here, Granny.
Isn't that right, Leon?
I'll talk to you again next time.
But is one scrap of fabric enough to conclude that Leon is guilty?
No, the upside down name on the wall.
I mean, Leon's not the only one wearing a white button-up.
That's right. There are plenty of other people here with shirts like
That is
mine.
not a white button up.
With just that one little
Why is there a paperclip on the left side? Like when he moves his hand, like notice there's a fucking paperclip.
Where?
Like a big paperclip on the left side of his collar when he moves his hand.
You're right. That alone isn't enough. But there are some other points that may reveal the truth.
Are you finally starting to understand? The answers to all the
She's at the
riddles are
toilet here.
right
She's gonna
here.
get murdered next. Or she's setting you up and then she's gonna kill someone.
Yeah, I think so.
Me saying, oh, they're gonna die or they're gonna get murdered, it's right for almost all.
The R and the N for burnt are a little too close.
Yeah. Bumped. Bumped.
Bumped.
How it was disposed of.
I got it!
You're very clever.
Closely at how the shirt was disposed of. We should be able to figure out who the killer is.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I think I know what you're gonna say. You can't reach the incinerator without opening the gate in front of the trash room, right? And obviously, you wouldn't be able to hit the switch to turn it on either.
He's thinking that would buy him out because he couldn't have gotten in there. But yeah, he's a
You
master
need the key to get
baseball
in.
player.
And the one with the key was the person on cleaning duty. So the killer had to be whoever was in charge of taking care of the trash, right?
Like how this beard like gets pointy too.
Interesting.
It's still going.
Yeah, I told you these are long.
It's like real trials, it's just we're doing this all in one
Because,
day.
and also, even if you know, you have to convince everyone else.
Yeah.
The key to the trash room. Whoever was on cleaning duty must
No.
have it, right?
Okay.
So the only one
Sorry, I need to stop
Yeah,
doing
I'm
this.
just reading it.
the person in charge of the trash?
And you'd have to get close to the incinerator in order to destroy the evidence.
That, see, there's a fucking
Yeah,
giant paperclip.
count- Yeah. Say counted? Counter?
Countered.
Okay,
I
so
think
this
I
is
know
down
how
to
someone could
Sorry.
dispose of the evidence without using the trash room key.
Yeah, I like how they all hold their poses.
Yeah, from the last pose they did.
It's like home.
But if you can't get past the gate,
Remember when we were so excited? It was like, Kyle and Bear! The original Misty voice actress! Oh my god, bet the cat! Like, with Tome.
This is more impressive that he got those people for his
He's
little
probably
web show.
friends of his.
Yeah, but he even
Probably
back then,
paid
he like
them.
was just kind of getting into the anime industry, so it's
Wasn't he like with a bunch of like famous people back in the day? Like,
kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
Like voice actors.
So let's finish the trial.
Yes, you could. If you used this.
What is it? Some kind of glass?
I didn't have to present that.
The glass gets in your eye. That's so funny. If it were me.
I also like how a lot of people are involved in this too.
But how would you use it?
Not all.
Roll it. Divine with it.
Divine the button to be
what
pressed.
What the fuck does that mean?
Divine, like, I think is a fortune teller thing. Like, I don't know exactly what it means. It's something along the lines of that. Like he saw into it. Like he foresaw the button being pressed and made it be pressed prematurely.
What part of the body?
All they had to do was hit that switch, and the incinerator would come to life.
Through that through a gap in the gate?
Remember what you said before, Hifumi?
Why did he pick a crystal ball? He couldn't find another ball.
Hifumi had the key. So the only way the incinerator could have been turned on without his knowledge was because the killer was able to hit the switch.
I understand.
Opening the gate. Once they got the incinerator going, all they had to do was ball up the shirt and toss it in.
How did he throw the shirt in all the way through? How did he get a shirt through the bars though? Did he throw it? The crystal ball, like wrap it around it? So he had to have thrown two things. Like the shirt has a lot of air resistance.
Unless he soaked it.
No water.
No water, you're right.
The shards of broken glass, the
I
incinerator
mean,
left running, the piece of
Ultimate
shit
Baseball
that
Star, you probably could do it.
And just like a sleeve fell out.
If the killer had been on cleaning duty, the evidence would have been taken care of much
And the
more
picture
thoroughly.
wasn't like shard on the end, like seared.
Wait, no, just hold on.
But the distance from the gate to the incinerator has to be at least 30 feet, right? The pinpoint accuracy you'd need to throw a glass ball that far and hit something that small. Could someone really do that?
That's right. There's no way. It'd be impossible.
Difficult, absolutely.
I like how this is probably going to be the part where it ends, or maybe there's something more.
Because the
There's
killer
one
is-
more piece of evidence that will tell you it's him precisely, without a shadow of a doubt. The ultimate clairvoyant.
Because the killer is the ultimate baseball star.
So that's what their ultimates are kind of for too.
Do you have any idea how stupid you sound right now?
It is ridiculous, but it worked.
A target 30 feet away would surely be little challenge for the ultimate baseball star.
You can't be serious.
Yeah, it is a big paper
I'm
clip.
not the killer! These goddamn shipper brains have got it all wrong, I'm telling you!
You still won't admit it? Okay then. Makoto, go ahead and review the incident one more time to make his crime perfectly clear. And with that, we can end this.
Listen to me! What the hell do you mean, end this?
Say what you want, Leon. But all the questions have been answered.
So are they gonna bring it up?
Revealed. Now here's what happened.
Here you go, closing argument. Not at all.
Really? I like tutorials, unless only if they're not forced on you.
I love this song with all of my fucking being.
Oh whoa! So 1, 2, 3.
Oh, you could turn the left stick.
Oh, I have to go start over here.
Yeah, I love this art, by the way.
Yeah.
So here's the thing, though, that you're not thinking of. Like, he was attacked, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when she got her wrist was broken, she locked herself in that room. But he still came back. He came back with
So
a
yeah, he had the intent to kill after.
He had the intent to kill after. So even if he was a victim first, he became the culprit. Not every. Wait. So if you highlight the question mark, My room was the scene of the crime. The incident began when the killer entered. Okay? None of those are it. Some of them are also fake.
So you don't have to fill them all in?
You do, but you'll get another set. Oh, wait. Hit L and R1? Oh, okay. It's not like 2. 2, they give you a set of 5.
That's kind of weird. I know it's because the PSP has a limited screen, but still.
The song
I feel like
is
it's her brandishing the knife.
That's her dropping it, I think. So, the hint on it is he getting to the door, right?
Yeah, because then she lunges at him.
Is that all of them?
I think so. Oh, him coming in.
Yeah, okay, that's the one.
It's reading from right to left, right? So
Yes.
this is the first thing that happens.
Yes.
This is like steamed. This is the beginning of steamed hams right here. So
She goes to stab him.
Stabs him. She's
highlight
coming
it
at her
real
again.
quick. Again, you can go to the question mark. Person, psychic attack the killer with the knife. They notice something in my room. Oh, okay. So the sword.
Does he pick? Oh.
Oh, right behind him. Yeah.
Is that on?
It deflects Psycho's attack. Okay.
This.
Yeah.
He tries to go at her, breaks her wrist.
And then she drops the knife. I love this artwork so much.
Yeah, and it's like more comic booky too. Like maybe a different artist did it. Oh, Act 2. He can't get in.
She's hurting.
It's like it looks like Fully Cooley. A little bit.
She didn't write it yet. What's the hint say?
Oh.
They forced the bathroom door open. The only logical way they could have done that. Oh, yeah.
His own toolkit. Stabbed her.
Poor girl, though. Look at how fucking scared she looks. I mean, poor girl in the fact if she fucking killed him, tried to kill him, but still.
I feel bad for both of them. Button
Oh,
layout's
lint
kinda
roller.
confusing.
What's up?
The button layout's kind of confusing for this. He went through all the trouble.
To be fair, bright red fucking hair in your room.
Yeah. He's the only one with hair like that. Oh, that's the ball.
Is that what that's supposed to be?
Yeah, like whipping it really hard.
That's hilarious.
Usually I always thought that was because it's like a basketball and it's inflatable and he's just changing the shape of it, but that's a hard ball that he's bending. I know it's for effect, but whatever.
Oh, that's him throwing the shirt.
Yeah, that's still the impressive part. It burns, sleeve fell out. That was just the last thing. Or, we didn't use that.
He's left behind the trash room was.
Oh, it's charred there, but I don't think it was in the evidence picture.
Okay, so here's the thing about this game. If you got any of them wrong, you would have to go through it again. Like the entire explanation of what he's doing. But, beginning with the acts, like Act 1, Act 2, whatever.
Yeah.
But in the second game, when you place it there, it'll tell you immediately if it's right or wrong. And you'll just lose your confidence points or whatever they're called. And I like that better because then you don't have to go through the same thing. You have to hit A and...
Last night, the killer went to the room Sayaka was in. In other words, my room.
But is that her heartbeat?
Probably.
I wonder if they changed that for between Japan and America, because I know in Japan, Doki Doki is what means heartbeat.
It wouldn't surprise me if they changed. I know they again Ultimate fanfic to Ultimate Dojujin.
But that's just like changing text. This is an actual picture.
Oh, that's true.
So I don't know if they could.
From what we can tell, Sayaka invited that person there intending to kill them. She attacked them with the knife she'd taken from the kitchen earlier. But then something happened that she wasn't prepared for. They grabbed the fake sword I put in my room and fought back. During the struggle, a strike from the sword broke Sayaka's right wrist.
What? Isn't that her dropping the knife? Go through your stuff. Oh, fucking really? Yeah.
I don't have to do the rest.
Rian. No, because that's the only one that was labeled as wrong. Oh, it just started right there. Okay.
From the sword broke Sayaka's right wrist.
And she dropped the
That's
knife.
when she lost her grip on the
Definitely a different artist.
Finding herself cornered, Sayaka panicked and ran into the bathroom. The killer went after her, but couldn't get the bathroom door open. What they didn't know was that my bathroom door got stuck easily, and there was a trick to opening it. Sayaka knew about that because I told her, but of course the killer had no way of knowing. So instead, the killer forced the door open, took the kitchen knife, and stabbed Sayaka. But with what strength she had,
I mean, it's not really. They're animating it,
it.
so maybe they could have changed it.
To keep the killer from noticing, she wrote it on the wall.
Yeah, they're sprites.
It's probably layered, done on a computer. That poor girl, dude. That's face.
And with that, all her strength was gone. With Sayaka dead, the killer quickly began destroying the evidence.
Roll that fucking lint roller, please.
First, they took off their shirt, which was covered in their victim's blood.
I hope someone just happened to be walking out in the hall, like, or they're not allowed
Then they
outside.
took the lint roller
Well,
from my
that's
room
a
and cleaned
not
up
a
the
written
entire
rule. That's a
area.
rule they agreed on.
Oh yeah. But like, imagine someone just happened to be walking out in the hall and like saw him no shirt on, like leaving that room.
They wanted to make sure they got rid of any trace that had ever been there. Afterwards, the killer headed to the trash room to destroy their bloody shirt. They tried to burn the shirt using the incinerator there, but the trash room was blocked off by an especially sturdy gate, preventing access to the incinerator. So they came up with
I
a plan
gotta-
to use Hero's crystal ball, which he left in the laundry room.
Guess they didn't care about it that much.
The killer managed
Yeah,
to
you're right. It's a
throw
solid
the
ball.
gate
It should not
and hit the
It's just-
incinerator
yeah, it's
stick.
change its anatomy.
Unless you throw it that fast, you can change the molecular structural.
You'd have to be that guy that exploded that chicken, though.
Yeah.
Was that him? Was that Leon? You.
For any normal person, that'd be an impossible throw. But the killer had the confidence to take a shot. And that's because the killer was the ultimate baseball star. The crystal ball.
We were hearing that yesterday in PlayStation Move
Hit the
Heroes.
switch on the
Oh yeah.
The raritanium.
I
Is that
found
what
out
the
it's
ball's made
not
of?
actually raritanium that we're
made up.
collecting. It's
It's-
just crystals.
which then quickly roared to life. Having destroyed the final piece of evidence, they left the area with, I imagine, a sigh of relief. But there was one thing they missed. Part of the shirt they'd thrown into the fire burnt away and fell out of the incinerator. The killer didn't notice this, and so left behind a piece of indisputable evidence. Isn't that right, Leon?
Leon.
It would appear that Hero simply forgot his crystal ball in the laundry room. You went there to try and wash the blood out of your shirt. And that's where you saw it, right? Seeing the ball, you thought of a way to take care of everything.
So, Leon, do you object to anything that...
Does the water only turn off in their own rooms?
Like just the dorms and maybe
Yeah.
nowhere else. Yeah, maybe they could go to the cafeteria.
I was gonna say, because they just said he washed in the washroom.
Hell yes, I object! Of course I do! I object! I object! I object! I mean, all of this is just a bunch of stupid theories! You need evidence! Where's the evidence?
Okay, let me ask you real quick. What is the one piece of evidence right here that can prove that he and no one else could have done
His
it.
name written.
No. Like,
Throwing?
legitimate proof. Like, not just a name being written somewhere. How do you get the door open?
His toolkit.
So who's the only one that should have an open toolkit?
Yeah, him.
So if they go around everyone's room...
Bullshit. It's bullshit and I
Can they
refuse
do
to
that?
acknowledge it.
Well then, I guess this is as good a time as any to present the evidence that proves you did it.
The fuck was that?
I believe you're in possession of that evidence.
Oh, bullet time battle. Oh, this is... You like rhythm games?
Yeah.
The BTB, by the way. AKA the BTB, by the way. That's funny. Why does he have more health than you? Yo.
So X to aim and triangle to shoot.
Yeah. Oh, no, just triangle to... Wait, what?
So like X to lock on, like hold it to lock on with statement.
What? Oh, that's different than the second game.
When the killer removed the screws from the doorknob, they didn't use anything from your room to do it. Instead, they must have used something that belonged to them.
Oh, I didn't realize that... Okay, never mind.
You're stupid. Stupid, stupid, stupid.
Sounds like you.
Yeah.
Stupid, 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 stupid.
Even more like me. This green hue.
Alright. Do I aim it like with the analog at all?
Where's your proof? You kidding me?
You have to hit X, dude.
Not a chance. It wasn't me.
Oh,
Just on anything?
alternate. Alternate hitting X and triangle.
You lied. Stop talking.
Like that. This is all I do.
Where's your proof?
It gets harder.
You kidding me?
Do I just, this is all I do? Or am I supposed to be actually looking at what he's saying?
So this is a lot different than the other game.
Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance. It wasn't me.
I don't know if it matters if I'm doing down or up B for X.
You lied. Stop talking.
Oh, 5. Triangle.
Where's your proof?
This should prove it.
I thought I had to actually be thinking during that. No, it's just alternating buttons.
Later you're gonna have to when it starts getting really, really fast.
Bathroom doorknob were removed.
Well, it's supposed to be hitting triangle on certain things he says.
So you hit X to lock onto whatever statement is he's saying on screen, and triangle to destroy the statement you locked onto. You could lock onto multiple at a time, and then triangle once to shoot them all.
Oh, so X, 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 triangle, but I have to get in rhythm?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like
how many can
Patapon.
you do up to?
I don't know. Again, the second game's not like that at all.
I wonder what kind of tool
I kind
the killer
of
used
don't
to
like the
remove
real-time stuff in this. Because you're supposed to have time to think, but I don't know.
Yeah, again, this is really easy. They're going to give you time to think about it when you need it, but you don't really need it for this trial.
I mean, it had to be a screwdriver, right? Oh yeah. I'm pretty sure the toolkits we got each had one inside.
That must be what he used. There aren't any other tools anywhere.
But the toolkit in my room had clearly never been used.
That's because the culprit didn't know it was your room. They thought they were in Sayaka's room.
Yeah, which had a sewing kit.
Only the boys got toolkits, so the killer naturally assumed there wouldn't be one in there.
You know it was right on the dresser?
Whose toolkit did the killer use?
Stupid, stupid, stupid.
It had to be their very own toolkit.
Stupid, 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 stupid.
Leon, would you mind showing us?
Also, the bullets in the end, that was easy because it only said toolkit. While he's talking, you're going to have to find the right one next time.
The screwdriver will show some evidence.
But in Danganronpa 2, at the end of it, it shows 4 parts of a phrase, and you have to, like, X, square, circle, triangle, and you have to put them in the right order while they're saying their statement.
Oh boy.
It's a lot more fun, actually, than just cycling through something.
And if you say you used it for something else, you'll have to explain exactly when, where, and why.
And let me say this right now. I lost it isn't an excuse at this point.
When Tristan gives up on a stage idea.
So, you have no rebuttal?
Then it would seem we are finished here.
That's a reference to a work of art, isn't it?
Yeah, anime. Oh, look at that. I guess 78 medals? So the ones you find really don't matter?
Yeah.
Those are all for gifts, which we'll be doing later.
Hell yes.
Do you know which ones are right for people? Because I don't want to, like, waste them.
Fuck no.
Looks like you've reached your verdict.
What's a
Are we ready to
mystrial?
cast our votes? You all have a lever in front of you. Use it to make your selection. Oh, just to remind you all, make triple sure you vote for someone. You wouldn't want to be punished for something so minor, right? Okay, then let's get excited! Who will be chosen as the Blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Don't choose me. Makoto, Sayaka, Masono. Wait, was it not asking who died? Shut up, Taka. There you go. You're out of the thing, so now no more voice acting.
So I didn't even actually vote. It just does it for you.
Well, you voted when it has the thing where it's like make your selection, and you have to circle that's your vote to see who the killer is.
Oh.
And then the rest of that trial, you know, after you did that, was trying to make sure everything was his.
Mm-hmm. Everyone voted. It's just majority, though, right?
Yeah. So the entire trial, you're just convincing everyone else your side.
Hey, hold on.
You son of a bitch!
I didn't have a choice. So, that's why...
No, because she was just locked in there and he came back.
Correct.
None of you are any different! I was just... unlucky. That's all. Hey! Come on!
I mean, I guess they did show signs that she was trying to get out.
Yeah. I had, like, a feeling she would be the killer. So I was, like, half right.
So when you saw that she was killed, is that what threw you off?
Yeah. Or is just the fact that she was the only one that didn't show up to breakfast?
No matter what happens, please always be there for me. I need you on my side.
That's enough. Calm down.
Pussy, are you fucking serious? This bruised him.
Yes, indeed.
Punishment? You mean execution? Wait a second! Yeah, that's it.
Is that okay? Do you understand?
So that's why.
Oh.
Swat? Swat?
Unbelievable. Hey, Chills!
I'm begging you! Please, don't do this!
Hey, come on now.
Breaking the rules. I don't know if that's technically breaking a rule.
Yeah.
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment.
Oh, they be personalized.
Yeah.
You get batted.
Let's give it
He's gonna get grand slammed.
Grand slam.
He's gonna be forced to eat so many Denny's grand slams until his body explodes.
You remember oh, you never seen it. There's a Simpsons thing where Homer goes to hell and he's like, you made a deal with the devil for a donut? Well, then try eating all the donuts in hell. And they're everywhere. And then, like it cuts and there's, like, 4 left. He's like, what the fuck's up with this guy?
A weird 3D.
Goodbye, Leon. Gotta turn this up.
This is like a different artist, I think. Is this a mini game?
No.
I'm just gonna get pelted. Mine would probably be like, because I want to get all these games played and like all this productivity. It'd be me getting Clockwork Orange. It's like, all right, you're gonna watch everything, but it won't be like Clockwork Orange where they put eye drops in my eyes. Just you watch it until your eyes are bleed. His arms come off. They all watch.
Yeah, they have to.
No one's gonna be sane by the end of this game. Even Sakura will break.
Would that kill someone, you think?
Yeah.
1,000 baseball balls just pelted at them?
Yeah.
That is a horrible way to die.
Mm.
And now everyone screams.
Yeah. Just vomit all over the floor.
On his sweater already.
I can't take it. Well,
Maybe everyone will just decide not to kill anyone because no one wants to go through that. Yeah.
Damn you!
Fuck you!
Yeah, then maybe there's a way to escape.
What does this mean?
Hey, hey. Hey.
Yeah, the whole outside world watching this.
We stood there forever? Oh my god!
It wasn't that long.
How does it feel to be 3 people down?
Just a second. Makoto. Listen. It's true. However, so certainly.
Yeah, it does contradict her trying to frame him, but maybe it was like a last minute decision.
Anyway.
I mean, I don't think she wanted to kill anyone. She just wanted to get out.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Correct.
Junko didn't count.
Nobody even knew who she was.
Hey. What?
Cute. Completed. To be Connor. I'm Connor. Despair bat.
I didn't get anything from the other two.
1 is the loneliest number. Alright, we stopping.
Yeah.
Weed stopping. Weed stopping. Weed